One of those times I'm going to get it right. Good morning. Please find your seat and prepare for this morning's service. To those of you in the sanctuary, I'd like to remind you that this service is being streamed. To those of you watching this stream, especially those up in the mountain, we have a group of us up there. I'd like to remind you that we have a pre- and post-service Zoom event, which also runs the YouTube stream of this service, so you can interact with others and view the service also. Let me remind you that please read those announcements in your printed order of service. Also, and especially be sure to read the weekly events that are emailed to you each Thursday, as well as the Unigram comes out monthly, and of course the website, uucolumbia.org. Please practice social distancing and mask wearing per board-approved guidelines. Don't take chances. We don't want to lose you or your loved ones. If you'd like to share your flowers in our Sunday service in recognition of a birthday, anniversary, or a special memory, just follow the instructions in that e-blast aforementioned Unigram of the website. This procedure has changed a little, and now you can provide your own floral arrangement. Just let us know the date you would like to place flowers in the sanctuary by sending an email to the worship committee with your contact information. And now, let's center ourselves for today's service, and please remember to silence all electronic devices as we listen to the prelude.
Our prelude recording this morning is This Little Light of Mine, attributed to Harry Dixon Lowes, and sung today by several of our UUCC children, Morgan, Wyatt, and Lucy Joy.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building up a world, I've gotta let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Wow. Okay, we can go home. If you're willing and able, please stand and join me in the congregational covenant as found in your order of service. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve others in community. Thus do we covenant with one another. Please be seated. Welcome to the Unitarian Congregation of Columbia. I'm Phil Turner, and I'm your service leader of this day. Our minister is the Reverend Stephen Robinson, and on those Sundays when Stephen is not in the pulpit, we present a variety of interesting speakers from this congregation and from the wider community. Unitarian Universalism is a diverse and non-creedal religion. We are a covenantal religion, which means we don't have to believe the same in order to treat each other with respect, equity, compassion, and dignity. Our community is based on deeds, not creeds. As Unitarian Universalists, we side with love, embracing all people regardless of age, color, race, socioeconomic status, physical ability, or religious background. We are a welcoming congregation, which means we embrace LGBTQ individuals. We encourage everyone to wear name tags so that we may know each other better. Board members are supposed to wear green name tags, and they always welcome your comments, questions, and suggestions. At this time, would the members of our Board of Trustees please stand now so they may be recognized? Thank you. At this time, we would like to recognize any guests or visitors who are with us today. If you are willing and able, please rise and share with us your name, where you are from, or if you have guests with you, please feel free to introduce them. Stephen will carry the microphone around.
Hello, I'm Mary Rogers. I attend right down the street, Shandon Presbyterian, and I'm here today with my friend Rebecca Roche and also Don Cooper.
I'll backtrack. I need the exercise, Alvin.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and this is my first time here. I live in Lexington and have since 2008. I've been in South Carolina since 2001. Glad to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Annette Flavel. I have been with you on Zoom since the beginning of the year, but this is my first in-person visit.
Hey, Annette.
Hi, I'm Mary Tate. I'm from Greenville, North Carolina, but I'm a student at USC. This is my first time here.
Welcome. Stephen, your exercise continues. We have it choreographed that people come up.
We did this for you.
Hi, I'm Erica. I recently moved to West Columbia about a month and a half, 2 months ago, but I grew up in Travelers Rest, TR, if anybody knows where that is. And I lived there since I was like about 5, so
Great.
This is my first time here.
Hey, welcome.
I was just in Traveler's Rest last week, North Greenville Hospital.
Anyone else? Good. Thank you, Stephen. When we are further along in our recovery, the path just keeps on going out there, doesn't it? We will take time to greet each other at this point in the service. I will tell you that you are all welcome to stay and continue your conversations and enjoy refreshments in the social hall, but I won't, because we don't do that until the recovery. We just look forward to it. So we will be meeting after service outside if you'd like to stay. There's some chairs set up out there. Doing things a little different today, our cellist lighter is Susan Robinson, who is in Portland, Oregon, viewing the service on the stream. She's also part of the Zoom pre and post service. So I'm going to actually do the physical lighting in place of Susan. I'll tell you a little bit about her. Susan Robinson has attended this congregation since 1992. 2 of her 3 children took part in the RE program. Susan is the daughter of a United Methodist minister, and she found her way to Unitarianism after falling away from church attendance for many, many years. Even though she worked in human services and aging for all her career, she felt a need for a refuge among like-minded people in the conservative soup that is South Carolina. Susan is active with the Romanian Partner Church Committee and takes part in social action as much as possible. Today, she lights her candle, or our candle, from Portland, Oregon, where she lives part of the year with her son, his wife, and 2 of her grandchildren. While the pandemic has prevented her returning to South Carolina for a year and a half, one silver lining has been the opportunity to still participate at UCC via Zoom. And Susan is a very active member of our Story Circle. Spirit of light and life, come into us.
I am pleased to invite Kevin McKinney and Celeste Feast to join on percussion for our opening musical meditation. This morning, as we bring our focus to the importance of the sun, this opening chant by me called Sun Shine on Me reflects on the importance of sun not only in our lives, but in the lives of all of the people who have come before us, and in many of the world's traditions, mythologies, and religions. For the chorus of this piece, you're going to hear the names of many of those sun gods and goddesses from around the world. And I'll invite you, if you want to join me in clapping when we get to the chorus. You'll hear Rashmi, in Hindu, the first ray of light, Ra, 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 the Egyptian sun god. And I'll invite you at that point when you hear that, if you want to burst out that first ray of light and join me in surrounding yourself in sunshine, you'll hear Rashmi, Ra, 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 Ra. And before that, when you see me clapping, if you want to join in, I'll invite you to do that as well. Sun, shine on me. I feel your light surrounding me. Sun, shine on me. I feel the light of ages holding me when I'm weary, worn and scared. I step outside and you are there. Life around me, life inside, all born of you and carried, will abide. Sun, shine on me. Peace of life's eternity. Sun, shine on me. May the light of ages be with me. Aditya, Kicha, Amaterasu, Anyanwu, Apollo, Arino, Beva, Garuda, Helios, Epewetzela, Poktali, Rashmi, Ra, 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 Varkashaiti, Inti, Koyash, Litsalug, Malina, Mitras, Shamash, Sunasol, Invictus, Surya, Rashmi, Ra, 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 Tamanutera, Tawato, Natiu, Ula, Nuhi, Utu, Wala, Vurio, Pranali, Vuri, Semozetel, Ekwe, Rashmi, Ra, 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 Sun, shine on me, light my way and lead my feet, show me the way to step outside into this glorious day. Mind caged tightly, I can't see far. Cast your light between these bars. Shift my focus and gaze so far. I look up and see you. There you are, sun. You shined on me, even when I could not see. Sun, show us all as we're held in light to hear your call. Aditya, Kicha, Amaterasu, Anyawu, Apollo, Arino, Beva, Garuda, Helios, Epewetzila, Poktali, Rashmi, Ra, 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 Varkashaiti, Inti, Koyash, Litsa Luke, Melina Mitras, Shamash Sunasol Invictus Surya. Rashmi Ra 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 Ratama Nutaratawa Tonatiu, Ula Nuhi, Utu Wala, Vurio Pranali Vuri Semuzatel Ekwe. Rashmi Ra 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 Ra.
Thank you, Anna and Celeste and Kevin. That was great. I'm going to step back here for just a second and do our moment for all ages. So where are my kids today? I see you. They're already gone, aren't they, Joseph? Joseph said he held out as long as he could. So, all right. Yeah, we got some. So hold on just a second. Oh, give me a second. This is a really good video. I got to watch it. So just give me two. I can't miss this, you know. Oh. Hold on. It's a TikTok, so it's repeating. I'm going to repeat it one more time. It's really funny. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to take a break from looking at my phone for 1 second. I want to show you something. Anybody know what that is? Raise your hand if you know what that is. Somebody tell me. And a seeing chart. It's an eye chart. That's right. So let's see. Emilio, can you read that from there? I'm not going to pick on anybody. So this is an eye chart. This is something that you might use if you go to the doctor and they check your eyes. They're looking at different distances to see if you can read different distances and get an idea of how healthy your eyes are. For those of us who use our eyes to see and have that gift and ability, then it's very important that we keep our eyes healthy and strong. Anything I've done today you think that might not go so well as far as keeping my eyes healthy and strong? What's something I was just doing? Staring at my phone too much. We do that a lot today, don't we? We walk around, we look at our screens. And one of the things we've learned is one way to keep your eyes healthy and strong is to take a break from that every once in a while and look at things farther away, the sky, the trees, the animals. And it helps not only your eyes be healthy and strong, but it helps you be a more grounded person and a healthier person. So remember, keep your eyes healthy and strong. Doesn't mean don't look at your screen. Just take a break every once in a while and see things that are a lot farther away. At this time, you're welcome to go back for our RE program. Thank you for being here. This morning, the focus of our service is a crisis of myopia. Nearsightedness is the word that we're more familiar with. And so I decided today to be completely transparent. I normally wear contact lenses, and so I decided today to say, hey, I'm one of us that suffer from myopia. I'm not preaching at anyone other than myself today. So just if you notice something different, and especially with a mask, of those of you who wear glasses know, trying to keep them not fogged up at this point is the challenge. So our opening words today are from Mary Oliver, one of our favorite poets here at the Unitarian Universalist Church and kind of the poet laureate of Unitarian Universalism as a whole. This poem is called Mindful. Every day I see or hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It was what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. O good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these, the untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made out of grass. This time we move to a portion of our service where we light candles in recognition of the joys that we are bringing into this place to celebrate in community together, as well as the concerns that we are holding and share in this community, and invite people into our pain, our hurt, our grief, and our ability to reach out and find that help and support. Today, Bob Whitaker sent a candle that he and Keitha would like to share in remembrance of Addie Mae Collins, Carol Denise McNair, Carol Robertson, Cynthia Wesley, who were murdered by Klansmen in the dynamite bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama on September 15th, 1963, and in remembrance of the 22 other innocents injured in that terror attack. I invite you to come and share any candles that you would like to light today and share your joy or concern briefly with us.
Good morning, I'm Anna Hamilton, and I light this candle this morning for my dear friends Dee and Kay McFarland, who are also longtime friends and previous members here at the UUCC. First, in gratitude, because today we're going to hear the full drum set that Dee donated from his home collection to our congregation played in our service. And second, out of love and concern, because Dee has been experiencing significant declines in his health. And my thoughts, and I hope your thoughts and love will be with him and Kay as they decide their living situation and treatments going forward.
Well, here I am again. Just want to say thank you again to everyone. Nick actually made it out today. He's still not feeling good, but at least he's here. And I'd like this candle for us and for everything you guys do.
Nick, it's so wonderful to see you again. I've missed you so much. I light this candle today for all the people who are under the bridge at the border of Texas today. Y'all know what's going on there.
Hi, I'm Kevin. We're almost on the eve of the fall equinox, and so I can't help but think back to a summer of climate-related destruction and havoc around the world. The heat wave that our own Susan Robinson experienced firsthand in the Pacific Northwest, the eradication from the map of Lytton, Canada, the flooding in Germany, and in China, among many other locations, also in our own Northeast, more recently with remnants of Ida, and the 20 or 30,000 folks in Louisiana who still don't have power from that terrible event. So I'm thinking of all of them and thinking forward to a future in which we at least are not digging the hole we're all in a little bit deeper. On a personal note, Connie is not here this morning, but she also asked me to light a candle remembering her mother, who is well into her 99th year and who is also experiencing declines in her health. So please keep Connie and the whole family and Mary Catherine Quirk in your thoughts at some times.
I apologize for my squeaky shoes. It's been a while. I'm super excited to be back. I'm lighting this candle, kind of a twofer. One, because I don't know, I mean, this is a pretty well-educated congregation and very into education, so there's probably more knowledge here than in most places, but the crisis in our classrooms of stress and pain is just, I don't know that people know exactly how bad it has been. The recent TikTok challenges of destroying bathrooms and stealing from schools have made things worse. In the past 2 weeks at my school, people have ripped soap dispensers off the wall and pooped on them and ripped a sink off the wall. And I teach 8th graders. So the teacher shortage is real. It's getting worse. And on Tuesday of this past week, I had the first panic attack that I've had in years and made the incredibly difficult decision to resign. And so as of October 1st, I will be leaving the teaching profession, but I will be continuing to work to try and better it for all of my colleagues. It's not public knowledge to the rest of my school yet. So please, if you follow me on social media, don't say anything, but it's real and it's happening, and I am sorry, but not sorry at the same time. So if we can kind of get together and call some people, I know a Mick something who could probably use some talking to as well. So.
I'd light one final candle today for the joys and concerns that we hold, but maybe not saying out loud in this community. This time we're going to have just a moment of silence, and in that silence I invite you just to backtrack and think about what you've just heard, what it caused you to feel, what you may have picked up in feelings through your own empathy and connection with those who were sharing, and especially remember those who are holding heavy hearts that maybe not sharing those out loud. Thank you. At this time, we move to a portion of our service where we receive our offering, and it's a chance to remind you of our Share the Plate for this month. That is the Hancock Center, and we are so delighted to partner with the good work of the Hancock Center and all that they do in our community and celebrate what they are able to accomplish in their reaching out to the LGBTQ community. If you would like to contribute to Share the Plate, you can do that online as well, if not in the service today, by going to our website and clicking on Donate. I invite our ushers to come forward and receive our offering.
Celeste will join me in playing this morning's offering music, Take This Heart, by Lisa Ferraro and Erica Luckett, two beautiful singer-songwriters who years ago were here at one of our UUCC coffee houses. heart, let it burn in the flame of the heart of the awakened one. Light upon light, being with being, dreamer dreaming my soul. Lotus flower, drop of honey, precious heart, liquid gold. Take this heart, let it burn in the flame of the heart of the awakened one. Exquisite surrender, song of the soul, singing itself back to you. The heart is the window, eyes are the sun, shining light of truth. Take this heart, let it burn in the flame of the heart of the awakened one. Take this heart, let it burn in the flame of the heart of the awakened one.
We receive this offering as a sign of our work and our commitment to the good work of our church and our community. All right, before we get started, I'm not really authorized to do this, but if you will place something over your right eye and then read the second line from the bottom. No, don't do that. I always, probably one of the most stressful things in my doctor visits are those moments when the eye doctor says, which is better, 1 or 2? And I feel like I have to make a decision here. If I don't, I'm going to end up with something a lot different than what I'm wearing on my face these days. Myopia is really not a joking matter. Nearsightedness is really becoming a crisis, not only in the US, but around the world. Just a few decades ago, there was about 25% of the population that were diagnosed and struggled with nearsightedness. Now, in the US, we're approaching 70 to 80% of the population that deals with nearsightedness. Some researchers believe that in another decade, 50% of the world's population will suffer from nearsightedness. There's lots of speculations and reasons why that might be the case. Of course, we do know that DNA, we do know that genetics has some part to play in all of that. And we were understanding, looking back at generations that pass along that nearsightedness. They also have done some work with some very secluded communities in Alaska. Researchers have focused on populations that aren't exposed to the rest of the world that often. And one of the things they realized that 2 generations back were around 3 or 4% of the population dealing with nearsightedness, where the current younger generation is around 70%. So they know that genetics may not be the only factor in playing the role of this crisis of myopia. One of the reasons is nutrition and thinking about the things that we need to eat and put into our body that help our eyesight. Another reason being the near work that we do. So much of our work is right in front of our face that we're reading, as I was joking with the kids in the back, even though I find myself doing that a lot, looking down at my phone, which is right in front of my face. And the older I get, the more I realize that close-up is going away as well. So I don't know what I'm gonna do at that point. When I wear glasses, I can't see up close. So I have to tell you right now, reading, I might have to take these off every once in a while. And I did know that I can't see. I have a really severe case of nearsightedness, so I can't see anything. And I thought might be a preferred way to preach to you all. I can't see if you're sleeping. I can't see if you disagree with what I'm saying, or if you agree with what I'm saying, or if you're even here. So if you all just want to leave. This is kind of like when we were doing our Zoom services and I couldn't see any of you during that service. That near work is so much a part of the rationale of what's going on with our nearsightedness. Everything we do is focused right in front of our face, and we don't spend a lot of the time looking at things that are off in a distance. And of course, as the world has become more literate and reading has been a part of everyday life, the nearsightedness has continued to grow. This condition is really not more than just inconvenience. Of course, glasses and contacts, lenses and surgery can help to correct it, but they don't address the underlying defect that's going on in the development of the eye, especially in children, as the eye is not processing light, not going and doing the work that it needs to do to adjust. It creates a slightly elongated eyeball, which means the lens focuses light from far objects instead of in front of the retina, rather directly in on it. In severe cases, the elongation is so stretched out that it thins the inner parts of the eye, which increase the potential for retinal detachment, cataracts, glaucoma, and then even blindness. Some researchers say that this generation has about a 30% chance of going blind just based on the nearsightedness that is happening in our culture. About 1/5 of university-age people around the world have this extreme form of myopia, where the eye is beginning to detach from the retina. And most will believe will develop irreversible vision loss. One of the reasons that researchers have recently discovered that they believe is the cause for this crisis of myopia is the lack of light in our lives, and particularly the lack of sunlight. All the time that we spend indoors, which of course has intensified over this past year and a half, all of this inside time has created a problem with eyesight and not being able to get outside and allow our eyes to adjust to the sun. Sandra Amat is co-author of a book entitled Welcome to Your Child's Brain, How the Mind Grows from Conception to College. And she says one of the simplest ideas around this is that your pupils get smaller when you're outside in the sun, and you can focus on more things at once instead of exactly the thing in front of your face. This works exactly the way it does with a camera. When you've got a small aperture, that you get better depth of the field, and that might give a stronger signal to your retina about when this image is in focus. She says it's actually about the growth of the eyeball itself. As kids grow, their eyes grow, and the distance to the retina needs to be maintained to correctly provide the growth for the lens. In nearsightedness, the brain is getting a signal because you're just not getting enough sunlight. More evidence for us to get outside. Consequently, it's also a case of getting too much light in our lives. The eyes need a break. So at night, we're reading or watching television or doing things where our eyes should normally adjust to the world being dark outside, and we're continuously giving it light. So it's a case of too much unnatural light in our lives. East Asia has really been gripped by this crisis. 60 years ago, 10 to 20% of the Chinese population were nearsighted. Today, 90% of the teenagers in East Asia and young adults are. In Seoul, 96.5% of 19-year-old men are nearsighted. There was a school in Taiwan that decided to take this research seriously, and so instead of making recess and outside time something that was optional, they required it. They increased it to 90 minutes and required the children every day to get outside with no exceptions. They lowered their nearsightedness to 8% in that school. So we need to find balance in our lives with light, learning to get enough, get outside. What an interesting invitation for us, as if we needed it, to move ourselves outside of buildings, connect with our world around us, and see the light, so to speak, and allow it to help us grow and develop. But you know, myopia is really more than just a physiological crisis in our world today. We are often guilty of nearsightedness, short-sightedness in many aspects of our lives. We can have a tendency to see up close and lean in up close and not see the big picture of complex issues around us. We look at these complex issues as if they are simple and can be guilty of thinking how they affect me only. Probably one of the things that's most present in our culture today are the use of masks in fighting this virus. So much emphasis is put on, this is about me, and this is about me and my comfort level, instead of the bigger picture of how it impacts everyone around us. Women's rights concerning their body and reproduction can often be guilty of a nearsighted approach, instead of seeing the bigger picture and how people are impacted. Driving is one of those things that we can get very nearsighted, hopefully not so nearsighted you're looking at your phone while you're driving, instead of seeing the big picture. I was with a person in a motorcycle accident one time, and I asked him how he was so able to quickly respond. And you know this if you drive a motorcycle. He said, when you drive a motorcycle, you have to be aware of everyone else on the road. Absolutely. You can't be focused on just what you're driving. You have to pay attention to everyone around you. I just thought that's pretty good advice for all of us when we're driving, to be aware of everything around us and not be so nearsighted that we're only focused on what's going on. Nearsightedness can impact us with racial issues, racial dynamics in our culture. We can often struggle to see huge systemic problems that are at work because we're so focused on what's right in front of us and our inability to see the impact. We are guilty of this as a nation. We can get nearsighted with our foreign policy and think about what's best for us, instead of recognizing that we have a responsibility as a global community. Light is the cure, not only for getting our eyes healthy again, or at least the preventative measure against myopia. Light is the cure for all of this nearsightedness. And fortunately, we possess a powerful light here at the UUCC that Susan and Phil co-lit today in our service. The chalice is the symbol of our faith. It holds the power of our covenant relationships together. And this powerful light holds us accountable to our humility. Now, yeah, I said humility. You usually don't say you use and humility in the same sentence. So that wasn't a misspeak. I actually meant that. But humility is what draws us together, and this chalice holds us accountable to that humility, theological humility of understanding there are other ways than the way that we understand and make meaning of our lives. Philosophical humility, scientific humility, the ability to know that we don't know all the answers. The chalice also checks our assumptive world and provides the disorienting dilemmas that are needed to deconstruct our assumptions and come up with new ways of understanding our world around us and see new options. This chalice and this powerful light calls us to relationships of listening and hearing and seeing from other perspectives. This chalice calls us to not just be nearsighted, but to think about lots of angles on issues, to hear other perspectives, to know that there is more than just what we understand. And then, as Kevin alluded to during our time of lighting candles, this chalice points to its ancestral light, the sun, and reminds us of the web of existence around us, to see the big picture, to see more than just the impact of this small individual space that we live in, but know that we are responsible for this globe, this world, this universe around us. It is our home. We need to address our myopia, obviously the physiological crisis in the world, but our chalice calls us to address our myopia in so many different ways. Plato said, "It's easy to forgive a child who is afraid of the dark, but the real tragedy is an adult who is afraid of the light." So may you and I, embrace the light as our friend and unleash the full potential of our eyes.
Our closing music is John Denver's Sunshine on My Shoulders, and will feature Kevin McKinney on guitar and Celeste Wiest on drums. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give you, I'd give to you a day just like today. If I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a tale that I could tell you, I'd tell a tale sure to make you smile. If I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish for sunshine all the while. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine almost always makes me high.
Thank you, Anna and Celeste and Kevin, again, for beautiful music today. Next Sunday, we'll work on our nearsightedness and stretch our eyes a little bit to the southern border, and we'll be delighted as Mary Rogers, who is with us in service today, will be leading us in that service with colleagues from Shandon Prez. So look forward to stretching our eyes a bit and seeing the light a little more. Our closing words come from Edith Wharton, who said there are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. So as we extinguish our chalice today, may we walk away from this place as mirrors reflecting the powerful light of the UUCC.
May the blessings of truth be upon us. May the power of love direct us. And may the peace of this community sustain us till we meet again.
This brings our service to a close. We invite you all to make your way outside the sanctuary. We have created some space outside for some social distance connecting together. And if you're a guest with us today, please stick around and give us a chance to get to know you. Thank you for being here today.